Recently, I built my own custom clone army legion, and today I'm going to be using them in a build challenge. I'm going to be building a 10-minute mock, a 30-minute mock, and an hour mock. Let's get started. I'm only going to be using a 16x16 base plate for this mock because I only have 10 minutes. For each mock, I'm trying to add at least one main character. And for this mock, it's going to be my Sith Lord. He's going to be cutting through a group of my clone troopers. And our 10-minute mock is already done. This was a short mock to build and a very small one as well. I added one clone cut in half, one flying away from the force, and one clone rushing into the fight. Overall, I really like this mock and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This next mock that I'm going to be building is going to be the 30-minute build. My plans for this mock is to build a cave at the other end of the mock with a bunch of droids filing out of the cave. Then I'm going to be having my clone troopers fighting the battle droids coming out of the above ground cave. For that, I need to add some rock work, but first I started off with the terrain down below, but now I'm working on the rock work and making it elevated. I added black bricks at the back of the cave so it looked like it kept going more than I had to build. Now I just have to build up the inside and the back side of the mock so that I can add some plating to the top of the mock. Since the terrain on the mock is going to be mainly lavender, I put some lavender platings on the top of the rock work, but I didn't really have time to cover it with leaves. Overall, I think the rock work really saved this mock. Since I didn't really have time to add any leaves onto the terrain around the mock, the main attraction to this mock is probably the rock work. For this mock's main character, I added the clone captain. My last and final mock is going to be the hour-long mock. I'm going to be using a 48x48 large gray base plate, and on it, I'm going to be adding part of a woodland area, as well as 2 layers of the mock. I've already finished the area where the rock work kind of goes up into the second layer of the mock, which is where the most amount of trees are going to be in this mock. Now all I have to do is just cover the terrain in lavender 6x6 plating, or just cover it in dark tan plating and tiles. Now that all of the terrain is completely finished and tiled off, all I have to do now is build some foliage, which is going to be a couple trees here and there, and then I have to cover all of the lavender plating with a whole bunch of different leaves, which took up a good 15 minutes if not 20. But that's a part of the planet and how I designed it, so it's gotta go into the mock. Next, all I have to do is add in the minifigures, which is going to be an AAT tank, a couple droids and clones, as well as the Jedi General as the main character of the mock. And now we're completely finished with the hour-long mock. This mock is for sure my favorite mock, and it turned out exactly how I pictured it in my mind. The trees look amazing, and it kind of gives that national park vibe that I really wanted to showcase in this mock. I'm also super happy that I could fit a whole AAT into the mock, and how there was a few battlefronts alone on this mock. Okay, I just got done finishing building up all 3 of these mocks. This one was the 10-minute, this one was the 30-minute, and then this one was the 1 hour. This one by far is probably my favorite. This one, I ran out of time to cover this little piece right here as I knocked over a clone. In these leaves right here, I ran out of time and just spent way too much time on the rock work over here, which I think is probably one of the best parts about the 30-minute mock. But this one is just so much better. I got the pieces in so I could make trees. They're not too full and like covered, they're pretty small trees, and then it's just kind of blank trunks. And then over here, I knocked over that clone, but it's just the Sith Lord, the Separatist Sith Lord that I made for the planet, just taking out a team of clone troopers. But that's gonna wrap up this video here, guys. So if you like this type of content, consider subscribing, like the video down below, head over to my community tab to vote on which mock you think personally is the best, and we'll see you all in the next video.